Hi, guys. I'm so happy to be back doing this. I've really enjoyed tuning in with you once a week. It brings me so much joy. I'm so happy that you're here with me. If you're new to these lives, hi, my name's Amanda. I'm a coach, I'm a channel, and once a week I've been coming live. Did I say Monday? Oh my God. If I said Monday, I meant Wednesday. I've been enjoying coming on live every Wednesday to channel spirit and take your questions live and channel wisdom and guidance and perspective for you to answer whatever personal questions you have, either about things that are going on in your personal life or questions that you have about life, the universe, and everything, really. Or if you have any questions for me about myself, you're welcome to ask that as well. I'm pretty much an open book, so I welcome any and all questions that you have about really anything at all. But the purpose of these lives truly is connection. Um, the world has been a little bit of a scary place lately. And I have felt very called to create a deeper connection with anybody who is looking for the same. And I have enjoyed recording things and putting them on YouTube for anyone who's interested. But I still felt this separation between you and I that I really wanted to bridge the gap with. And there's something about having that one-on-one connection that is so deeply fulfilling, and I think is truly what the spiritual experience is about connecting with those that you come across in life who you feel a sense of resonance with. And it's that energetic resonance where you meet someone and you're like, there's something about you. There's something about you that I enjoy being around. I feel safe being with you. I feel like I can be myself. I feel like I can open up to you. And there's just a familiarity there that is so special. And if you're watching my content, you probably feel that with me. And I feel that from you. Even though maybe we haven't met, I still feel you. I feel you inside of this room now. I feel you watching the recording, and I just feel a connection to you, whether you realize it or not. And I'm so, so grateful to have that in whatever way it shows up for me. And so I did not expect not expect it to go this way today. Sorry for being all sappy on you, but I just wanted to share where I'm coming from with this. And my spiritual journey up into this point has been a bit of a roller coaster ride, actually. I never foresaw myself doing this kind of work. I just sort of stumbled into it and then felt this enormous um, like pull to move towards it deeper and deeper. And I have enjoyed every part of it. And I think what I'm trying to say is that if you are feeling this like longing for something, but you're not really sure what it is, and you feel like you're still trying to find your place in this world, and you're trying to figure out how spirituality fits in for you, or how to use it to understand yourself better and how to get the most out of life better, I'm here to help. I'm here to be any kind of guiding light that can shed perspective or clarity or new, deeper levels of awareness that maybe you've been calling in and didn't really know how to access or understand. And maybe this space that we create together is just a way for all of us to come together and find that. And you offer that to me and I offer that to you in this really incredible kind of symbiotic relationship. So, all that being said, the way that this is going to work today, if you're this is your first time tuning in, I am going to channel a message from spirit for all of you. I get the feeling that this is going to be specifically for those of us who are here live today. It feels like they're really wanting to speak to those of you who are here right now. And if you have any questions along the way about anything at all, about the message that I'm going to be channeling, about something going on in your personal life, if you'd like more information just about me and my life, getting to know me better, ask. I want you to feel safe to ask anything that's on your mind. And I can't promise you that I'm going to be able to give you a concrete answer, something that you can really sink your teeth into that's going to be this giant aha moment for you. But what I can promise you is that I'm going to hold a loving, compassionate, safe space for you to ask, to come forward and just speak from your heart and receive whatever it is that you're wanting to say with love and offer the same in return. And sometimes the messages that come through require reflection on your part and then follow-up questions. And so, if that's the case for you, feel free to have a back and forth with me. I get the feeling that we're not going to have a ton of people here. So, don't be afraid to take up space, is what they're wanting you to know. Like, if you're wanting some support around something, or if you're just wanting to have a conversation with me, like, that's what this is for. So, step forward, take up space, and say hi. So I'm just gonna come to the chat here. Okay. Hi, guys. Okay. Sure, Sharmila, I remember you from a few weeks ago. Welcome back. Hi, guys. I'm going to, okay, I just want to check in with, yeah, they're saying patience. Okay. I'm going to get to all of the questions in the chat in a second. If you have any questions that are popping up in terms of personal guidance that you're looking for, I'm going to get to you, I promise. I feel like they're wanting us to ground in first, and they're really wanting to create a space for you to begin to have the awareness around what it is that you're searching for inside of the questions that you ask. They're wanting to encourage you to begin to tap into your own intuition. And I know that this is something that a lot of people in my community are wanting or are curious about, maybe wondering how I do it and how you can do the same. And so taking those baby steps with me and experiences like this is the first step. And so they're saying that they want to just like create this really like relaxing, safe space for all of us so that we can really feel comfortable stepping forward if there's something on your mind, and also feeling comfortable receiving support and deepening, softening into the response you're going to get, reflecting on it, and then deciding for yourself how you want to move forward, whether that be taking the answer and going into your evening in the rest of the week in your life and contemplating it or taking action on it, or being curious with it and asking any follow-up questions that you have, and just kind of like inviting you into an experience where you are taking on a greater role inside of it, because this is not just me talking at you. This is us having communication and connection back and forth. And they're saying not only with me, but within yourself and also with the spirit as well. And just kind of encouraging you to begin that conversation that they're saying oftentimes takes place just in your mind. And they want you to begin deepening that conversation so that you're feeling it echoing in your heart. Because it's in your heart that's your intuition is where your intuition comes from and where your answers are going to be found. Your head is just the stories circulating, stories that you've picked up from any point in your life, people, places, and things where you've just absorbed their experiences, their perspectives, or created your own through observation. And they're saying maladaptation as you've gone through your life. And they want you to begin figuring out a way that you can carve a path through those stories so that you can get to the heart of what it is that you're searching for and find a resonance inside of an answer that wasn't available to you before because you weren't looking in the right place. So They're wanting to show you how to open that heart up and how to begin feeling a deeper meaning beneath the surface level desire for immediate clarity, immediate action, immediate responses, because intuition isn't, what's the word you're trying to say? It isn't reactionary, they're saying. What do you mean by that, reactionary? They're saying that um, there's a desire to just create instantaneous clarity because the belief is that that's going to free you from the discomfort that you're feeling. The questions that you're asking are coming from a desire to relieve discomfort. And this is actually an awareness that I had recently. If you are in a place of complete and utter peace within yourself and your life, you don't have as many questions because you don't need to receive answers or perspective or clarity or direction. You're just so completely at peace with what is. And it's only once we have all of these questions that we need answers for, it's coming from this part of us that doesn't feel like peace is available right now. But once we can get the answer, okay, maybe I'll get the clarity I need. Maybe I'll get the perspective I need, and I'll know exactly what to do moving forward or how to think or where to go. And then I will be able to escape this discomfort I'm feeling. And so, what they want you to know is that intuition doesn't offer an immediate response that way. Intuition is more of this like deep understanding that you don't need that answer. You don't need the response that you thought you did. All you need is the willingness to feel safe, the safety that's here inside of the not knowing or the not needing to know. And that is what they're wanting to invite you into, is how to access that deeper layer of easefulness, of peacefulness underneath the anxious desire to receive answers, to receive a knowing. The knowing isn't going to be a response to a question that you're asking. The knowing is going to be, okay, it's not time yet, or I don't need it anymore, or I feel good enough right now. Like it's that kind of like nervous system relaxation, exhalation. And within that energy comes an understanding or a knowing that is not necessarily going to drive you towards an action-oriented outcome, but rather the safety inside of knowing that it's going to work itself out, or that the answer will come to you when it's ready to, or that the right choice or the right direction isn't necessarily what you're craving, but rather um feeling like ease around whatever outcome it is that is going to come as a byproduct of the action that you take or the choice that you make. Like the guarantee that everything's going to be okay, that guarantee becomes the moment, the right now. And that you just have this knowing that regardless of what happens, I'll be okay. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna get to the okay, hold on. I'm getting carried away. How do you guys want to move forward? Okay, so they're gonna take us through, I'm talking a lot. They're gonna take us through a small exercise right now. They're saying just take them inside of this like calming nervous system, opening heart exercise. It's gonna be really fast. And then they're like, and then get to their questions, and then a conversation will unfold from there. Okay. So I'm going to invite you guys into a very small, grounding, heart opening exercise right now. This is going to help ground you into the present moment, allow you to just exhale all the stuff that you've been carrying all day or all week, like clearing the mind, opening the heart, and allowing you to feel the peace in this present moment with all of us here right now. And then from there, they want you to Just notice it. Notice what it feels like to be inside of that energy and begin to contemplate what it could be like, opening to that energy more and more, and what insight becomes available to you when you allow it, when you allow yourself to calm the mind and feel the tension in the body, because that's where your answers are going to come from. Okay, so join me for this. Okay, if you're like, ugh, I get it, it'll take 2 seconds. Okay, so they just want you to take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and really feel like tension being released in the exhale. And in through your nose again, big deep breath in. And as you're exhaling, visualizing, just exhaling all of this like heaviness, just letting it go, letting oxygen flood through your body, feeling like this wave of relief coming over you. And they just want you to, if you're sitting down, just get comfortable. If you're lying down, just get comfortable, and just closing your eyes and feeling your heart beating in your chest. And they just want your awareness to become right around the heart. And just feeling this connection that you have with your own heart. Because your heart, they're saying, is more than just an organ that keeps you alive. Your heart is your connection to the intuition that lives inside of it. It is your connection to source consciousness. It is your connection to your own source of embodied knowing. It is your connection to the universe, life, to all of us inside of this space. It is the connection that you have to the greater source of power that lies within you. And it is also where you're going to find everything that you could ever want and need. Because the energy that you emit, the vibration that fuels your body and is escaping through every cell, comes from that place. It comes from your beating heart. It comes from the resonance that's felt there with the desire for truth, for happiness, for an embodied sense of self. Like everything that you could want and need is found inside of the vibration of your beating heart. And to begin to form a relationship with that energy, begin to feel it like beating there, keeping you alive, reminding you of what's true, which is that everything that you're searching for is right here. All of the peace, all of the ease, all of the searching and the yearning sort of melts away when you're reminded that this moment is filled with all of the potential that you've been craving. And it's just quietly beating there in your chest every minute of every day, reminding you of what's important, which is your love for you and your ability to be there for you, and your ability to remember that you are more powerful beyond your wildest dreams. You just have to be able to anchor into that energy in order to create with it. And the way that you anchor into that energy is by trusting that it's already realized. You have everything that you could possibly need right here in your heart center. And all that's required is believing that what you need are not answers, but what you need is belief in you. Because with that unconditional belief in you, you're more likely to go out, you're more likely to dream big, and you're more likely to take the perceived risks required to create your dream and bring it to life without worrying about what other people are going to think, without worrying about the how. You're just going to get up and go because it's coming from this soul aligned ever loving, ever knowing belief in you that the universe is going to support you is the universe is going to support you if you believe enough in you to trust it too. And anytime you're feeling lost, confused, scared, alone, this is where you have to come back to. Come back to love and compassion for the part of you that isn't feeling safe enough to venture out into the world and claim what's yours. And offering compassion to that part of you is going to be the doorway into the next step for you, which is going to come from understanding where the fear is coming from and being ready to accept it there along for the journey, along for the ride, and not feeling like you have to shy away from it, but being primed and ready and fueled with the need to feel the fear there and trust that you're going to land on your feet regardless. They're just saying love is the energy that's going to anchor you into the most powerful version of you, which is you embodied, you inside of you, and you letting go of the preconceived notions of what's possible for you and or available for you, and just owning and claiming the you that is. And taking a moment to just show gratitude for this beating heart of yours, this beating heart that has been beating for you and you alone for your entire life, and will continue to beat for you and you alone every step of the journey throughout this life, regardless of where life takes you. And it is the part of you that is going to be there for you when it feels like you're all alone, but you're never truly going to be alone, because this incredible beating heart is going to be fueling the need to keep going. And just having that reminder in the back of your mind that there's more there than just blood and oxygen. There's frequency, there's vibration, and there's the need to feel the deepest sense of self beating there and walking the path alongside you. And that is where spirit is going to be found, inside of that beating heart of yours. And allowing spirit to be along for the journey means feeling the love that you have for the journey itself and your ability to navigate whatever life throws at you with compassion for you, compassion for the experience that you're undergoing, and the knowing that the experience itself is what you came here for. And regardless of what you do with it, you're getting the most out of it because you're experiencing every aspect of who you are as you navigate it. And just feeling the gratitude and like the open love that you have for this idea that you're never alone as long as your beating heart is there with you, and a reminder that you can always tune in with it and ask it what it needs from you in moments of doubt. And they want to encourage you to do that tonight. I have so many messages in the chat, so I'm going to get to you now. And they want to remind you to tune into the question that you're asking, tune into the part of you that's asking this question, and to be open to whatever it is that is emitted through me to you, and receive it from this open-hearted place, being ready to contemplate it, get curious with it, and take whatever next action steps through that feel aligned for you. And you really can't go wrong. They're just encouraging you to take autonomy over this experience of self-reflection and intuition and trust, and allow it to be a process that unfolds for you without needing that like instant gratification. Okay, anything else you want to say? They're like, let's get started. Okay, cool. Thank you guys so much for, oh, I'm frozen. Can you guys hear me? I know that you can't see me. Hold on. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I see that my screen is frozen. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, cool. I don't know what's going on with my screen. I'm glad that you can hear me. This is like my worst nightmare that you are witnessing me moving through right now. Okay. I'm going to try one more time to see if I can fix this. Hold on. Let me see. I'm just going to try one more thing. Oh, man. Okay. We'll push through. As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. And hopefully this takes care of itself. Okay. Okay. So, hi, Amanda. What is the message from Spirit with respect to job opportunities in the coming weeks? What is the message from Spirit with respect to job opportunities in the coming weeks? Hold on, I'm just tuning in. I hope my screen comes back. I'm sad. Okay, sorry, I'm going to get back on track. What is the message from Spirit with respect to job opportunities in the coming weeks? They're just saying stay the course. Feel all of the potential that's available to you right now. They want to remind you of the excitement. They're saying they understand that what you're moving through right now is a stressful situation potentially, and there's a lot of anxiousness, there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of unknowns, but they want you to stay inside of the energy of excitement because right now the possibilities are wide open for you. And they want you to kind of come back to that energy of, wow, like anything is possible right now. I have no answers. I have no certainty, and I'm not really sure what the next step is going to be for me or what my path is going to look like moving forward. And to feel the excitement inside of that. Because when you don't know what the path ahead looks like, it can look like anything. And what is more exciting than that? We oftentimes feel like we need certainty because uncertainty is so scary, but we tend to forget that when we have complete certainty, we are almost boxed into one linear perspective and one path, and we are closing ourselves off from unlimited potential and the ability to create whatever it is that we want. And they want to remind you that you are facing a reality right now where you get to enjoy that. And that type of open ended, limitless possibility doesn't come around very often. And to just soak up every minute of it and not to worry about what's coming, because what's coming is everything that you could possibly imagine and more if you allow yourself to trust that that's true for you. So, yeah, let me know what you think about that. Hi, I'm Sharmila from Sri Lanka. I feel some presence around me, and can I know who they are? Thank you for remembering me. Of course. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna see. I'm like trying everything I can think of to fix the screen. Okay. Feel some presence around me. Can I know who they are? Sharmila, have you Tell me if this resonates for you, okay? Just respond in the chat below. Have you been thinking about any specific loved ones recently? It can be loved ones that are living or loved ones that have passed, but I'm just feeling like one person in particular who's been on your mind. It's kind of masculine energy, like a younger to middle aged masculine energy, but it feels like someone that's close to you. Um, and it just feels like they've been on your mind a lot lately. Not for any one particular reason, but just because you're thinking about them, you're feeling them. So let me know if that resonates for you. Hi, Kevin. Okay. And Sharmila, to answer this question, if they are good spiritual beings, can I get help from them when I have problems? What do you want to say to her about that? In terms of that question, they want to empower you to remember that the help that you need for your problems is something that is not going to come from an outside source, but that everything you need is available to you if you give yourself, um, if you can see yourself through a more empowered lens. And they want you to begin taking ownership for the things in your life that you feel powerless to, and remember that they are simply problems because you are perceiving them to be out of your control. And if you can come back to where your power lies, how much proof there is that those things cannot be overcome or that you cannot control your circumstances, you'll begin to see that you have way more control and way more opportunities than you gave yourself credit for, and begin to find solutions where you didn't see them before and begin to tackle them one at a time from a much more empowered, logical, and um, driven place. And they want to encourage you to begin showing up as that version of you, because that version of you is there and she's pretty powerful and strong, and she comes out to play every once in a while. And um, you can call upon her anytime you want to. Okay. Cynthia, hi. I didn't expect to see you here. I have been offering breathwork sessions, and I'm so honored to do this work, but my fear of not being good enough keeps coming up. How do I work through this? Continue so that it's not so overwhelming, that I can be more in tune with my clients. Thanks. Okay. Okay, Cynthia. Man, do I resonate with not feeling good enough? Okay, let me see what they have to say about that. Okay, tell me if this resonates for you. Um, it feels like this. First of all, I just want to validate how beautiful it is that you acknowledge that a part of you is there. And they want you to begin to see it that way too, that oftentimes we recognize that we're operating from this place of not feeling good enough, and it's so frustrating. But recognizing that that's there is actually a huge step forward, because now you get to work with her. This part of you that hasn't felt good enough has been there for a really, really long time. And acknowledging her presence is what she's asking you to do. And beginning to work with her, bringing her into your work with you, is going to feel so much more complete, because there's going to feel like there's a wholeness there that has been looking to be let in. And so they want to remind you that This work is something that you brought into this journey with you, meaning this lifetime, because you desired to experience this part of you in a way where you could find satisfaction within this energy, this dynamic, where previously in other iterations of you, you have felt limited by it or resentful of it and unwilling to feel gratitude and compassion for your process. It always felt like it was like a frustration and a pain point. And so rewiring that for you in this lifetime is what you're looking to do on a soul level. And understanding how to feel okay with that part is going to be the bulk of the work for you. So it's not necessarily about overcoming this part of you that doesn't feel good enough so that you can feel good enough. It's about embracing this part of you that doesn't feel good enough, allowing this part of you to be voiced and to be respected and to be cared for and to be mothered in a way that maybe she didn't receive or feel cared for in the past, and navigate the next part of your journey from that energy and from that perspective, and seeing where that takes you, because it's going to open up a new awareness of compassion that has felt unreachable or unattainable, and it's going to deepen your work to a degree that you aren't anticipating. Let me know if you need clarity on that or if you have any follow-up questions to that. And if you need any additional clarification on the how for that. But I get the sense that you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay. Okay. Sharmila, I'm staying with my daughter now. Can I move away from here and join my other daughter? Okay. I'm staying with my daughter now. Can I move away from here and join my other daughter? What's coming through for me is that there's like resistance inside of doing that. And there's something like pulling you, keeping you where you are anchored, and understanding why you don't feel free to move around, and where this part of you is feeling a little bit of tension in releasing the tether. I'm just going to stop there. Let me know how that feels, and if you have any follow-up questions to that, because this is something that we might need to dig into a little bit deeper. Kevin, any message from me from spirit? I feel like this is a question we revisit every week. Man, I wish my camera was working. Okay. Okay. Kevin, any messages for me from spirit? Okay, this is for you, Kevin. They're saying tune in, get quiet, and see what your heart has to tell you. They're not letting that go. They want you to begin to do that work because they know you really want to do it. And so they're not going to give you anything else that they know that you can get on your own. Hi, Arnie. Nice to see you back again. Okay. Yeah, I know the screen is stuck. It sucks. I don't know what to do about that. I'm unplugging it. I'm messing around with it might be a YouTube thing. Like, I don't think it's my camera. Okay. Okay, Stacy, a lot of tech problems the last few days. I haven't had a lot of tech problems, but I've been like dropping things, spilling things, breaking things. I scratched my car. It's been like a lot, which is so new for me. I am not like a clumsy person. Okay. Arnie Layton. So true. It is hard enough speaking live without mishaps. Yes. It has taken me so long to feel comfortable going live doing something like this that having a mishap like this is frustrating. Okay. Stacy, we get to see in real time how you deal with one of your fears coming true. You are doing really well. I think that was a lesson for me in itself. You acknowledged you felt sad, then moved on. Stacy, yes, thank you so much for acknowledging me. Oh my God. So I used to do a lot of, and this is something that I can talk about if it interests you, but I used to do a lot of trance channeling where I would close my eyes and I would invite spirit into my body and I would do live events that way. And the amount of fear that I had in the technology going wrong was crippling because my eyes were closed the whole time. And I had no idea if a camera wasn't working or if my computer died or if something was going to go wrong. And I had no way of managing that. And nothing ever did. But the fear of that happening still exists for me. And you're watching me deal with that right now in real time. So I'm just breathing through it. And unfortunately, you'll just have to listen to my voice today. Arnie, does anything come through for me? Okay, let me tune in and ask. Okay, does anything come through for me? They're just saying follow your heart, trust in where it's guiding you, and live as if there's no tomorrow. Wow, that's a beautiful message. Let me know if there's anything that you want more specifically, but that was just kind of a general message for you. So let me know how that resonates for you. Sharmila, okay, a departed soul. Okay, let me just tune back in. Yeah, it does feel like this person's energy is around you. I don't know if you've been thinking about this individual. Oh, is it a departed soul? It's hard for me to pinpoint it exactly because it just feels like there is some what's the word I'm looking for? It feels like this is someone that you have some unfinished business with that you would really like. I don't I don't know if you have a parental it feels kind of like a father figure. I don't know what your relationship is like with the older men in your life and if there's some tension there, but I don't know if that has been on your mind or if it's something that you've been carrying with you for some time, but it does feel like there is a desire to talk things through or mend fences. Let me know how that sits. Okay. Cynthia, yes, she has. Okay, that really gives me a different way of seeing it. This helps so much. Thank you. You're welcome. Um, and I know, Cynthia, that right now you're doing a lot of energy work. You're very talented. I remember that from the Cynthia. I don't want to give too much away, but Cynthia in the chat is someone that we met for the first time taking a psychic development course years ago, and I just remember tuning when I was tuned into your energy, my hands would burn every time. Just a sign of like the powerful energy healing work that you're capable of, or desiring to do, or meant to do, and I know that you're doing a lot of that work now. which is a sign, I think, that you have managed to work through a lot of your feelings of not being good enough. You are putting yourself out there in a way where you're so much more visible and seen and doing the work. And so I just want to highlight for you where you might still feel that nagging, not good enough present, but you have come so far. You have you have developed a working relationship with that part of you, and you're just being asked to open your heart even more to her. And every time she speaks up, to welcome her forward and almost treat her like another part of your spirit team. Like invite her to the floor, ask her what she wants and what she needs and how she would like to show up today or how she would like to conduct her work today and allow her to navigate the path forward for you. You might find like a new interesting dynamic that takes place inside of doing that, and to just have fun playing with that because you're being called to work in a much more multidimensional, faceted level at this point. And that means bringing forward parts of you that have always been present, but maybe you didn't see them as a consciousness necessarily on their own, but they have wants and needs just like you do. And if you can begin kind of like playing with them a little bit from this open-hearted, loving place, you might find new facets of your skills and abilities that you didn't perceive before because you didn't know how to access them. So let me know how that sits for you. Okay, Janitha, like to have a message from Spirit. Okay. Trust where you're at. Feel the calling for what's needed and be willing to embrace your fear. Because what's calling to you is coming from the part of you that fears and being willing and brave enough to listen and to give give space for that fear to be seen and heard and understood will highlight for you where you haven't been willing to play bigger. Like there's a little bit of a message here about kind of playing small or shrinking in the face of some fear, and you're just being called forward into your power by moving towards the fear and hearing it and listening and feeling. And the next steps for you will require that skill set. Let me know how that feels. Stacy, it's come to my awareness that some of the feelings I have about feeling unloved by my partner may actually be me feeling unlovable. Do they have anything to say about that? Oh my gosh, Stacy. Every single week you come forward with these incredible observations and incredible vulnerability. I commend you. So I'm just going to read this again. It's come to my awareness that some of the feelings I have about feeling unloved by my partner may actually be me feeling unlovable. Do they have anything to say about that? What do you have to say about that? They're saying embrace this new understanding and awareness and allow new insight to trickle in from this. This is a huge breakthrough. And they're wanting you to just like sit and process this slowly because you're kind of breaking this awareness wide open, and to take your time navigating it. Like, there's not necessarily any guidance that they wanna offer you other than, permission to to feel into what's needed and trust that you have everything that you need to navigate this new awareness and to remember to come back to the heart. Let me know if there's anything else I can offer to you about that, but I'm sending you so much love. Okay, Arnie, yep. Follow my intuition. I have been doing things out of the box. Curious, will music take off? What do you want to say to him about that? Curious, will music take off? What do you want to say to him about that? They're just saying, like, continue to be curious. Um, they're highlighting like your music is an extension of you, and you pour aspects of your energy into what you create, and your music is an extension of the very vibration that makes up who you are. And everything that you're thinking and feeling will be infused into your art. And setting the intention to allow others to experience a version of you, an aspect of you, a part of you through your music, and call in those who are looking to experience that part of themselves too. And in that way, you're coming together and feeling the resonance inside of this desire to have the same experience. And those who will find resonance inside of your art will thank you for it. And you will feel fulfilled inside of you for that process too. And to just like allow the creative process to be, um, to fulfill you. And in that respect, it's impossible for it not to take off because it's lighting your heart on fire and you will be flying free. And that's ultimately, I think, the greatest gift that you could ask for. Yeah. Cynthia, yes, thank you for recognizing that in me. When you were talking about her, it totally changed my perspective of her, like a child that needs to be loved and helps me get past being mad at her. Yeah. 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 You have no idea how much work I have done on my self-worth. It's been a constant, ever evolving journey for me. And I began to recognize that I was doing that work to get rid of that feeling, but trying to get rid of a part of you is just anchoring into your not good enoughness that much further. Like, I can't feel good inside of me until this part of me doesn't exist. And I know that the work that you do is channeling this incredibly loving energy through you. And the only way to be able to open up to it that much more is to open up to you in return. And that is going to be from embracing every single part of you unconditionally. And it feels counterintuitive to embrace the part of you that doesn't feel good enough. But the part of you that doesn't feel good enough is just uh, a perspective that you have about who you are. And that perspective is creating a frequency. And that frequency is being felt inside of you and being interpreted as wrong or bad. That's it. That's all it is. And so you're just being asked to redefine what it is that you're feeling, which is just a thought. And the thought can be there. It doesn't have to be true, but it can be there. You are allowed to have your thoughts. And just to begin to ride that wave a little bit and examine your thoughts, examine where they come from, and recognizing that as the vessel, you have the capacity to play with your energy. And also something else that they want to highlight is that the people that are coming to you, Cynthia, are looking for the same thing. They're looking to feel good enough too. And the way that you're going to show them how to do that is by showing by example through your energy. This might not resonate for you, but this is how I like to think about it. Um, my job is to channel unconditional love. And when a client comes to me, I know at the most deepest fundamental level that they are not feeling good enough inside of themselves. And everything that they're asking for, the reason why they're asking it is because they're looking to feel better about who they are. And the way that I can offer them a doorway in is through them being able to feel my energy and offering it to them and them getting to choose whether they want to receive it or not. But I can only offer that energy from a place that I have been willing to to open up to it myself. And so you might find that the people that start coming to you start having those same wounds and patterns inside of them. You're going to recognize it, and you're going to know exactly how to hold an energetic frequency to invite them into um, the same enoughness that you're experiencing simply by experiencing it yourself. You are the vessel for that frequency. I hope I'm making sense. But the more and more you open to unconditional self-acceptance and unconditional love, the more they're going to feel that energy through them coming from you, through you. And the more they'll understand how to choose it too, because you'll be offering it through you. I hope that makes sense. Um, the only way to feel the fullest extent of who you are is by unconditionally loving you. Source consciousness is unconditional love. That's what it is. There is nothing that is not source consciousness. Source consciousness is all things. That includes fear, that includes shame, that includes unworthiness. Because all those things are different resonances of frequency of they're different ways of perceiving love is what I'm hearing in my head. And you're experiencing it one way through your more narrowed human lens, and they want you to begin to experience it a different way through acceptance, because source consciousness is never going to disregard a frequency just because it wants to experience all of them. So if you can almost see yourself as this source consciousness being desiring to have all the experiences that you possibly can, that includes experiencing your not good enoughness and embracing it. It's just a part of your human experience. It doesn't limit you unless you perceive that it's limiting you. But if you can just allow that energy, that part of you to be here, then you get to experience love embodied. And the ability to choose that is what makes this human experience so powerful. We get to perceive our own shame and choose to have an experience of it. And it's the power of choice that we are being given that makes being a human so special. Thank you. I just had the same thought as I'm working through this. I'm going to find people who need the same help. I need to make an appointment with you. I absolutely. First of all, you're not going to need to find people who need that same help. They're everywhere. We all have you. We have different life experiences, but we all struggle with the same universal things. And that was something that I noticed coming into this work. I'm like, why do we all have the same? It's like we all come from the same place, which is love consciousness, but we all struggle to feel unconditional love for who we are. I'm like, that's weird. That's a very strange, like, contradiction. No, but I think that's the beauty of what coming here is we get to experience a different perspective of source consciousness, which is like having this duality of it. And feeling the duality, but being unaware of it, and then becoming aware of it and resenting it, and then having the awareness and embracing it, and kind of move through the full spectrum of what source consciousness is, which is all of that. And I think that that often gets lost. We think that healing means like getting rid of our shame or our pain, but it's actually learning how to perceive it differently, allowing us to forgive the parts of ourselves that felt like we had to do away with those things, and then embracing them. The more you offer love and compassion to every single part of you, the more you're going to feel love and compassion inside of you. It feels counterintuitive, but that is what I have come to understand is often the way through. And it just becomes this kind of unraveling process that sometimes takes time, because oftentimes you don't want to love your shame. You want to get rid of it because it's so uncomfortable. And so it just becomes a process of like, how do I do that? And they're just saying you do that by choosing to. Thanks, but like it's a process of getting curious of like how do I do that, and then trying things. I'm rambling. We're almost out of time, so I'm gonna get to all the rest of your questions. I'm gonna wrap this up. Okay, awesome, Stacy. I can do that. I do feel like I just need to take some time to process and integrate this realization. Yes. Yes, that does feel like that's all that's needed. You are a powerful transmuter, Stacy. Like your level of awareness is quite astonishing, and it feels like you process things very, very quickly. So just give yourself the time to do that. That's all that's needed. You don't need any help with that. You know exactly what to do. Arnie, yep, awesome, amazing, Amanda. Thank you. You're welcome. Stacy, it's pretty cool that your greatest online fear of a tech screw up happened and this session was still amazing. Thank you so much for doing these lives. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, Stacy, and you're welcome. Thank you very much for this great service. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm so sorry for that you have to sit here and listen to my voice. That sucks for you. And I'm staring here at my we're all staring here at my frozen face. How awkward is that? That's so awkward for me. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for showing up here with me. Thank you so much for being so brave and like coming forward and asking questions and being willing to receive and like being there for you. Man, you're amazing. I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you. Like, you have no idea. And I can't wait to do this again next week. I think I'm just going to take an opportunity right now to say that I was planning on doing 2 lives next week. I was going to do one on Monday and one on Wednesday. And on Monday, I was going to do something a little different. I thought I would try doing a guided meditation, a channeled guided meditation experience that is going to be about getting present, getting grounded, opening your heart, and learning to tune into your intuition and learning how to feel the energy in the present moment. And just kind of starting to hold spaces like that in case that's something that you've been wanting to learn that you haven't really known how to do or haven't like felt the kind of drive to do on your own. But if I'm going to be doing it live with you, then maybe it feels like you can be held accountable to that kind of thing and learn as you go. And then afterwards, we'll have an open chat for conversation, Q&A, and feedback and all the things. So I just thought that I would try it out and see how that goes. And then we'll be back on Wednesday for another messages from spirit and live Q&A again, and hopefully my camera will be working next week. You guys are amazing. I'm just asking spirit if there's anything else that they want to say to close this off with. They want you to just like tune into your heart, have gratitude for you, for us, for all of life inside of this present moment, like feeling the possibilities of the present moment right here, right now, all of the insight that you've gained, perspective and awareness that's here, and understanding that like everything that you're wanting and needing is going to come to you in time when it's ready to. And you are so much more powerful than you could possibly imagine. And I think so many of you are ready to like actually begin to believe that and feel that inside of you. And I'm so excited to be a small part of that journey, walking along the path with you. So thank you so much for joining me live, and have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you next week. And I'm always here. You're always welcome to reach out to me privately with any questions that you have about anything. So that's it. Thank you guys. And I will see you next time. Bye.